before showing you an interesting table in which we'll find clearly and significantly also that Emanuel Kamron will be the President of France, will be elected definitely. As you will see, it is quite a significant table. Now, it is interesting to point out that I did not do a table about it before. It was for me clear that it will be like this. What I did tables before, one could see it in the internet before, was the election of Donald Trump. Clearly indicates that he will be elected, not Hillary, while people thought it will not be like this. The same thing with Bibi Netanyahu, that people thought that Herzog will be. Nobody thought about Netanyahu, and the table showed clearly the opposite. In this case, I was sure, especially after the blessing of Rab Chaim Kanievsky, the great tzaddik, no doubt, that it will be Kamron who will be the president of France. Now, this is really what was in the papers after the elections, Sunday. So, this was written: the heads of ultra-Orthodox community in France consulted with Rabbi Chaim Kanievsky, who ordered to vote for Emmanuel Macron, and as is also congratulated them and blessed them that he will succeed. So very, very interesting, as this was a blessing of Rab Chaim Kanievsky, as it is known that his blessing really came out. Great man, and this is what happened. Now let us see a very interesting table about it, which is very significant. And as we said, really tables are measured not according to like future, but clearly showing very highly statistic the appearance of the Torah, which was a blueprint of creation. And then you see clearly, very significantly, as you see in this case, all the details. This is the difference between Torah code table and other code tables. We bring only one sentence, 1-2 verse, but never bring so many words connected with the subject. So what really happened in this table, how we found it, and it was like this. We looked for the best meeting with Torah of the words which are related. So which are the letters? As clearly, Emanuel, you can see Emanuel in red, Emanuel, and Kamron. Definitely could not come in one sentence, so many letters, but Kamron, and we looked for France definitely, and this is what came also in this table, Tzarfat, and then we looked for the year. This year, 777 came here, and then what we saw also, amazingly, even the day, it was Beyud Aleph on the 11th day of Iyar, which was Sunday. Now, altogether, having all these words connected, and clearly also saying that Ibacher, you can see in black, Ibacher will be elected Nasi, and the word Nasi letter after letter, best meeting with Emanuel. So altogether, looking on this thing, and on top of it, that it comes in quite small area, only 93 letters in the line, and in one book, only a few chapters, which all of it really clearly indicates that it's a very significant table. And as we said, this is the most important thing. We don't guessing, only showing very highly statistics of all the details of this story comes here. You have the Emanuel, and you have Kamron, and you have the date, Yud Aleph Iyar, and president elected. Now what is interesting, we have the word kodim, codes, maybe to tell us how important Torah codes, which really show us that the Torah was the blueprint of creation, and really therefore keeping the Torah, which God gave us, the Sabbath and all commandments connected, will really bring us Messiah. As it is known that one of the signs of Messiah is that the Edom, those nations, Edom, Russia, the state, and other, Europe, who before was very much against Israel, against Jews, will slowly become more and more positively to Israel. As the Chazir is written, Chazir, the word Chazir comes from Yachzer, will return. This is what we see already in the state, with Donald Trump. We see it in Russia, also Putin, not like Stalin. And now we see it even in Europe. The attitude to Israel, to Jews, is different because clearly things show that this is the truth, and Israel is different than other nations. The Arabs, unfortunately, all the time are doing everything to destroy Israel with terror, and Israel is the only country which really brings more and more very, very important knowledge in science and everything to the world, almost to be light to the nations. So very important and significant table clearly shows that everything is the Torah, and all these elections in the state and France shows that things are differently, and we are really coming to different days, and we hope that soon, as we are promised, especially this year, which is 777, is a year which is destined for Messiah. But again, as we said, you have to keep the Torah, you have to keep the Sabbath, and then we'll have really peace and tranquility all over the world.